Rainbow Road is easily the best Hot Wheels style track I've ever had, until you have to put it away. So I'm going to give you a couple tips on how to put this thing away. Number one, get yourself a flathead screwdriver. One of these will work too. Any of these grooves are a real pain in the butt to take apart, but you take your flathead screwdriver, you're going to put it right in that gap, and you pry it up. Two hands, obviously. But once you pop that little tab, it'll lift away. These parts operate the same. Take your screwdriver in here. You're going to lift this up and apply a little bit of pressure to pull it apart. And then after you've got it part way, you're going to repeat it for the other side. When you get to the other side, take your screwdriver, you're going to drag it across into the middle. That's going to make it nice and easy to lift up. Same kind of concept with these doubles, except for it's on 4 sides. So once you release one, then you're going to want to keep the pressure up on it until you go to the other side. The blue parts are basically the same concept, but a little tighter to get in there. So you might want a smaller, sharper flathead screwdriver to get into that gap. And apply the pressure after you're in the gap to pop it out. So I've got it in the gap. I just apply some pressure. Sometimes you get lucky and all 3 will pop. Sometimes you get 1. Sometimes you get 2. Sometimes you need to do 3. Blue to blue, same concept, a little bit wider. Get that in there. Move your flathead across. Then you're going to apply pressure down towards yourself on this and away on this one. My thumb's pushing, fingers are pulling. If you do have somebody else to help you, that can help too, but that's about all it takes for that. You usually have to take a screwdriver to do the second one, and then the third one will pop. So again, small, sharp flathead to get in the middle. This one's still left. And now that it has lifted over, I can pull this towards me while pushing this away. Now I've got one more to do. Third one, same process. Small, sharp flathead. You might be able to get away with a strong knife or maybe even a butter knife. Just got to get it in there, separate it, and then do the same thing with applying pressure away on this side, towards on this side. I don't usually take these off, but you'd need quite a small flathead to get down into that groove to repeat the same process. Something smaller than you typically use, more like a jeweler's size. We like to keep these as one unit, so I don't usually take these off. But this part here up at the very top is going to again be the same process over and over. But in this case, the pressure is going to be pushing on here and pulling on here. If you've got big enough storage, you can keep these on. You're going to have an easier time, but you can remove them as well. Right in here, the clear plastic. You need something fairly small or sharp. See how that lifts away? Get it in there, and apply pressure towards you on here and pull away on here. Lakitu is the same process. See under here the tabs. Get that screwdriver underneath the blue. apply pressure up on the blue and pull away on the white. Once you get one side, this one's pretty stiff, so you have to do it on the other one. Now on the cornering support, one side lifts up no problem. The other side, again, tab. And a tab on this side. I'm going to follow the exact same process ad nauseum. Get it right in here. Pull up at the same time. Now ideally, just store this one here in the locked position so that it doesn't go popping up in storage and maybe break off a tab. And ideally store it as one, but if you really got to take it out. This one here has the tabs on the underside, right in the gap. So from the underside, on the outside face, you're going to stick your flathead in until you get a resistance, at which point you're going to push down a little and pull on the top or push at the bottom at the same time. So once that pops out, repeat on the other side. Again, flathead, flush, resistance, push just a little bit, and then pull or push the gray piece. Now that you've pushed them up enough, just finish it off. Our family doesn't believe that Rainbow Road's supposed to have walls. Kind of stay true to the original. But a couple tips on these walls. If you are going to put them on, they have super helpful labels with a letter that match the label on the piece. And to remove them, very similar. If they haven't worn out enough that you can just pull, you just need to get your screwdriver in on the side of the tab that has a hook. So if I can focus that in here. So you want it on the side that has the hook. That's where you're going to put your screwdriver. Locate your tab. Instead of trying to pry it right here, get in right on the edge where there's a gap. Get your screwdriver in there, and then you just pop it out. For the finish line, it does have tabs, but they come off pretty easy. Don't really need a screwdriver. All you got to do is push away from you with this and pull towards you on the light blue. I like to put my finger on the little indentation around there, and then boop. And now that flat packs pretty decently.